Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well today. For those that don't know me, my name is Anwar White, and I am the CEO and founder of Get Your Guy Coaching. And I help amazing women, date with confidence and ease, meet high-quality men, and get into the best relationship of their lives. So, hello. Good to see you. So, I wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about results, right? Because there's a lot of dating coaches out there that, have fun with their clients and, talk about what to do or how to feel good, but are they actually giving the results? And so I wanted to just share exactly some of the results from my clients who have gone through my program and have done everything that the program has promised, right? I want to be super clear though. The reason why they got these results were because they did the work. They came to every call, they did every worksheet, they went through the entire online program, they reached out to me consistently on a weekly basis as I did to them, right? That getting these results requires a lot of responsibility and work on your end if you are thinking about being one of my clients, right? I just want to offer to you, I don't accept everyone. You have to be coachable. I'm not here to try to fight with you all day, every day. And you have to be willing to carve out time to date and also do the work on yourself, right? So I want to just bring that caveat into the conversation because I think so many of us think, oh yeah, I'm just going to work with Anwar and he's just going to get my life together. My work is not about doing things for you. It never has been, it never will be. This is about inspiring you and giving you a different perspective so that you can be thinking about yourself, your love life, men, relationships, and love differently so that you can thrive. You have all of the answers. You have all of the tools and skills that it takes to actually get there. I'm just here to guide you and to be someone that keeps you accountable, right? And so I wanted to go through a couple of different stories from some of my clients who have done just that, okay? So the first woman that I want to talk about is Nicole. Now, Nicole came to me. She's a lawyer. She went to some of the best schools in the world. And she was just coming from 2 not-so-great relationships. One that had lasted 2 years, but he wasn't the one. And the second one, which was kind of like a situationship where he was not spending a lot of time with her. And she was sad, disappointed, and if I'm being 100% honest, depressed, right? Please let me know if you've ever been depressed after a breakup, because it's hard. It's really difficult. What did we do? First, we realized that she learned how to be in relationships from her parents, and she had come up by Caribbean parents who had no time or space for emotions, emotional needs. They always called her sensitive. So we had to learn that her emotions were necessary in this part of her life, that she could not actually ignore them like her parents did. And that was her problem, that she wasn't actually trusting herself and valuing her emotions enough to let them lead, right? She was letting her thoughts lead, and that was bringing a lot of disastrous results in her love life. So we tapped into that. We tapped into that and her intuition, and we continued to put ourselves out there, right? Learning that our emotions are a good thing, especially for Nicole, who was very much in her masculine energy, trying to attract a masculine man. That's a no-no, girl. That's a no-no. So we had, in learning how to sit into and trust her emotions, she was able to actually sit in her feminine energy. And by doing that, she was able to attract a masculine man, which is what she's wanted all along. right? And so, yes, she is with her man, and they've been together for 3 months. And you know what the funny thing about her getting into this relationship? She keeps on telling me, but it's so easy, but it's so nice, right? But he's so nice. I was like, yeah, he's supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be easy. It should be seamless, right? So often she was used to the fact that love and relationships meant that she had to bend over backwards and she had to people please. And that was not the case. It never has been the case. It's just how she was programmed. So I want to challenge and offer you to think about some of the programming that's happened to you in terms of what is holding you back from love. It might be like my former client Nicole, who needed to sit into her feminine energy, get aligned in her emotions, heal some of those inner childhood wounds that have been running her life, and be open to the possibility of love, right? Yeah. And realizing she didn't have to do it all. Okay. That was my client, Nicole. And actually, if you check out my podcast, the Get Your Guide Coaching podcast tomorrow, you are going to listen to a whole episode about her journey and working with me and what it was really like on her side of the coaching relationship. Okay? Okay, I want to talk about another client that I've had that I think might be really helpful when you're thinking about your love journey, and if you want to actually have a dating coach, right? And I'll just say this. I think a dating coach means that you are truly investing in this, that this is something that you want to do, and this is something, and you want to be a different way and become the woman that is ready for the best relationship of her life. The first thing that we will need to do is actually admit that we might not be that woman right now. And that's okay, right? My job is to understand where the blind spots are and where the opportunities are so that we can work toward being the highest version and your future self, right? That's what this is about more than anything else. Okay, I want to talk about my former client, Isha. Now, Isha she was in New York, and I will tell you this. The first time I told her, girl, we got to get on those apps, she broke down and she started crying. She wasn't ready. She didn't think that she could do it. And that's why she kept on sitting herself out of this love game, right? So let me know if you have ever, you've been stopping in terms of not putting yourself out there because it was scary, it was intimidating, and maybe you've had a history of bad relationships. For my client Isha, she was always in these situationships, always wanting more, and the guys were not giving it to her. Yes, on the apps. Girl, I want to let you know that putting yourself up, staying on the bench is always going to give you a sense that you are playing small, right? Because you are literally abdicating your experience because you don't think that you're going to be able to do it, right? So you are resigning to the fact that you are okay playing small. And a decision to work with me is actually flipping that on its head and saying, I'm ready to go in it full force and make this happen. Because you are the creator of your love life. No one else is, right? So Isha broke down when I told her, girl, we got to get on these apps. We got to engage with men. We have to learn who we are in this love game and in this dating journey. And we need to practice having conversations, being vulnerable, speaking up, setting boundaries, right? One of her issues, why she was in these situationships, was because she wasn't setting boundaries, right? She wasn't saying, this is not how I want to be treated. I want to be treated a different way. Why? because when she was growing up, her dad was a rager. And so her job was to always keep the peace. So in her adult romantic relationships, she decided that she wanted to keep the peace. Let me know if that has been you in any way, shape, or form. Here's the thing. Keeping the peace will not keep the peace. It might do it temporarily, but all of the shit that's happening is going to come up one way or another on these things. So that was my 20%. Keeping the peace will never keep the peace, right? So we have to learn how to be confident enough to know that we're going to be okay, whether it's peaceful or not. Okay? What did we do? We put ourselves out there. And before we knew it, she was dating, she was being open, she was using my process, what I call the 3-2-1 funnel that I have all of my clients use in dating, specifically online dating, to make sure that they're not engaging with stalkers and crazy people and flakes and losers and bums and everything else my clients say about men before they start working with me and they become more accepting, right? That's what this was about more than anything else. Once she was out there, she finally met her guy. And you know what's so funny? Because she was, and I'm going to just say it, she was scared of men. Because she was scared of men, she was scared of their intentions and therefore was not trusting herself. And that's why she didn't want to be in the game. But once she learned how to not be scared of men, but actually understand them, that she didn't have to be scared of them because she understood them. She was very knowledgeable about it. She knew how to navigate that. So if you don't know men, you don't understand them, of course you're going to be scared of them. And you're going to fear them. But they are not actually meant, they aren't creatures to be feared if you understand them. So that's part of my program, and that's what I help a lot of my clients actually do. Okay? So, what happened? Isha got into the best relationship of her life, and she's been with her partner for a year now. And she's killing it, and she's setting boundaries, and she's being more vulnerable, and she is getting closer than she's ever been in a relationship. And she feels great, and she feels supported, and she feels like she has someone that finally has her back. Why am I sharing Isha's story? Why am I sharing Nicole's story? Because I want you to understand and realize that this is something that happens every couple of weeks in my program. That this is something that if you do the work, you can also have these results, right? Roughly 80% of the clients that I work with get into an amazing relationship within the 6-month program, right? Because I have a 6-month group coaching program. And if you don't get your guy in those 6 months, I keep you into the program until you do. It's like a no-brainer, not only up until a year. So not only are you like learning how to be the best version of yourself, but you are also getting supported until you get your guy. Why do I say this? I say this because once you do get your guy, that first month is such a crucial month where a lot of self-sabotaging can come up. And I want to be there to support you in that case, right? So I want to talk about one more client, and her name was Rachel. And Rachel was someone who, again, went to some really great schools, is very accomplished, went to some Ivy League schools, got her MBA, and lived in China and spoke all of these languages. And she was focused on what this person needed to look like on paper. So she had a very specific idea of what this person should look like. Even though there was no proof that that resume person was going to make her happy and actually have a successful relationship with her. 2 things needed to happen for Rachel. She needed to learn how to be in her feminine and talk from her feelings and not from her thoughts or opinions. And 2, she had to let go of that dream list. She had to let go of that dream list. Why? Because what I know for sure is that 95% of the time, your partner is not going to look or be what you imagined that person to be. Okay? So, what did we do? The first thing I had her do was I had her having conversations with everybody that messaged her, because we had to get into a role of just acceptance and conversations and just having fun, right? She had to learn how to actually be herself in this part of her life. She was confident in her career. She was confident with her friends and family, but she wasn't confident here. So she was showing up as a different person in her love life than she was in other parts of her life. So we needed to figure out how to get her from her work and family self into her romantic self. So that was part of the work as well, right? Yeah, that's a really important part of this. Because if you can't be yourself and you're only showing 50 or 60% of yourself, then the guy can only love 50 or 60% of you. And what happens after that when you start becoming yourself? Because we can only be somebody else for about 3 months. The research says we're naturally going to start to become ourselves as time goes on. Then when you start to show the other 40%, he's going to be like, well, who the hell is this? This is not what I signed up for, right? And then he's going to feel like he can't trust you because you've been showing different sides of yourself. And he's going to want to take distance and step away from you, right? That's why we have to start off the gate as 100% ourselves, which is really hard to do because real talk, most of us don't know who we are, especially if you're a woman. You know, society generally programs women not to understand who they are, right? I always say, you know, women are often raised to be daughters and not women. And so if that is you, you may not know who you are. So part of this dating journey is also an opportunity for you to figure out who you are in this chapter of your life so that you can find a person that can complement you, right? Not a person who you've idealized when you were in high school or in college, right? Your list and the needs of your future relationship will have to change based on who you are now. So we have to figure out who you are. And that's what we did with Rachel, right? And before we knew it, Rachel was in a relationship and thriving. They've moved in together. They are about to get engaged, and they are looking to start their family. And I'm so excited for Rachel. I actually just reached out to her last Sunday, and she was like, I guess I'm one of your many success stories. And I said, girl, you are. You're just like everybody else. Yeah, exactly. Good. So I wanted to just share that with everyone because I think that sometimes we feel like, one, I don't need a dating coach. And you're right, you don't. You could probably do this on your own. But I think having a dating coach speeds up that process. And if this is something that you want to do this year, then I want to suggest that you reach out to me either in my DMs or you can book a complimentary consultation call with me at www.getyourguycoaching.com/apply. The link is also in my bio, so you can check it out there. And we can talk about what parts you need to level up to actually successfully get your guy. Yeah? It's happened for many women. It can happen for you. I've shared 3 stories out of hundreds, if not thousands, that I've helped and I've worked with. So if this is something that's a priority for you, something that you feel like is the right time, we should do this. Yeah? You should definitely book a call. If you want to learn a little bit more about how I think about these things, because I think it's important for you to be aligned with your dating coach, because that's how you're going to get the best results, you should definitely check out my podcast, the Get Your Guy Coaching podcast. There's a link in my bio, but if you look up in Apple or Spotify or Stitcher or wherever you listen to your podcasts, Get Your Guy Coaching, you're going to be able to listen to those. All of the 60 episodes that I have. I want to let you know something. This work is not about what to say to a guy, what to do with a guy. This is about who you are as a woman. So we're going to talk about not just your dating life, we're going to talk about other parts of your life, and we're going to talk about you. Those are 3 parts of my program. The dudes, you, other parts of your life. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if you're doing crazy stuff in other parts of your life, we've got to clear that up too. Because we're creatures of habit. Okay? Got it. Okay, really quickly, I wanted to open it up for any questions that you may have. I had a question in here. Are you married? Yes, I am married, and I have 3 children. So I know from which I talk. Some of these dating coaches are not married, so I highly question, have you seen this entire process all the way through and know exactly what's required on date 1, on date 8, the exclusivity conversation, how to go from exclusivity to moving in, how to go from moving in to getting married. All of these processes I outline in my program. We role play, we go through things you need to talk about in such conversations. That's where vulnerability comes in. That's not just helpful in dating, but it's also super helpful in relationships as well. Is there an age limit? There isn't an age limit, but I will say most of my clients fall within the 30 to 50-year-old range. Yeah. Any other questions? Am I religious? I grew up in the church until I was 15, and then I left the church. I am spiritual, very spiritual, but I wouldn't consider myself religious. Yeah. But I respect everyone's religion. I have a lot of Christian clients, actually, who are focused on just getting with Christian men. And if that's you, then we're probably not a good fit. The clients that I work with are open to love in whatever package it comes in, right? Again, this is about the checklist. There are a lot of Christian assholes out there. And I really want the man in your life to treat you like a queen, whether he's Christian or not. I had a Christian client, actually, tomorrow is her engagement party I'm not able to go to. She actually ended up getting engaged to someone who's Muslim because he loved her, he treated her right, and she feels safe and secure and loved, and this is the best relationship of her life. So she decided to get engaged and will be married to this man who is Muslim. And yes, we role played, and I talked to her about what sort of conversations need to happen when it comes to religion and raising children and what the household is going to look like and what customs and traditions are necessary, right? All of that is important. So if you're a Christian woman who is focused on only dating Christian men, my program is probably not the best for you. Or if you are a Black woman who is focused on only dating Black men, my program is probably not a fit for you. Because you're looking for a package, you're not looking for love, which means that you're not ready for this and you're not open enough to truly have this journey, right? Once you are ready to truly have this journey, I want to help you. I want to be right there by your side, partnering with you on the most exhilarating journey of your life and the most rewarding one. Yeah? Good. Any other questions before I go? I just wanted to hop on here and just go through a few of the amazing stories that my clients have had in my program so that you can really understand or have proof so possible for you. Yeah? Okay. Definitely book that complimentary consultation call with me. You can go to my bio and click that link, or you can DM me. Hold on. I'm hoping that you can hear me now. Yeah, I was just saying, I'm hoping that if you're ready to take this next step, and if you feel like you're coachable, meaning I'm not going to have arguments with you, if you want to make this a priority and really focus and devote the time to make it happen, definitely book that call. You can DM me, you can go to my bio and click the link, or you can go to www.getyourguycoaching.com/apply. and fill out and schedule the consultation and a small 2-3 minute application that will help me determine a little bit about your experiences in love and dating. Okay? I hope you have a great rest of the day, and I will talk with you soon. Bye-bye.